For always being such a figure that focused in jazz, how did you get involved with Tribe Called Quest for the collaboration you did with them?
Well, the guy, Q-Tip, who's the band leader, who called me one day. And he said, "Mr. Carter," I said, "Yes." "This is Q-Tip." I said, "Okay." He said, "I have a band called Tribe Called Quest." I said, "Yeah." And he said, "And we're putting a record together next month, and I'd like you to be on this record with us, you know." I said, "Well, let me call you back." So I called my son, who's into that genre of music. I said, "Hey, Miles, I just got this call from this guy named Q-Tip. You know him?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what about him?" He told me. I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, and?" "Oh, okay." So I called him back. I said, "Q-Tip, this is Ron Carter, and I'm returning your call. My son tells me that you're the kind of musician in the band who thinks more musically than the other groups at that time. And he said that if he asks you again, I should take the job. So if it's still available, we can talk about my terms." He said, "What are they?" I said, "Well, the language you use has to be the kind that I would approve of. And it's not what I want to hear. I will be under that exit sign before you can breathe. If there are any drugs, I don't do that. If anybody's juicing, I don't do that, you know." "Oh yeah, it's okay, man." I said, "Well, you know, do you want to hear this? Do you want to hear the music before we get there?" I said, No, surprise me. You know, I don't want to know what they are. I trust that they're musical, or you wouldn't call me to do this project with you. I do have those restrictions on you, and I can assure you that I don't mind leaving, you know, in a heartbeat. So, get to the studio, and rather than be in the studio, I'm in the control room, plugged into the control board in the studio, in the panel. And they're out there in the control room. So I'm in the recording room. So I'm in the control room wearing earphones. And they're out there in the studio doing the lyrics. And so I said, "Well, why don't you just read them down so I know what kind of tempo you have and what kind of, if they rhyme." I don't know if they rhyme or not, man, you know. So I said, "Okay." So he went in there, we read it. So he did, that was a run through. So we were there for about an hour and a half. And we did 3 or 4 versions of the tracks that they had. And I went home. And who would have thought it? People think that's the similar record of the 90s.